You are listening to Drop Tent Media Network.
Hi, hello, welcome, Call of Us, Neil Wood, Adam Nutter.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world.
Do it.
Human.
Do it.
Sir slimy reptilian.
Hey, what's going on? Another day in the cult. How's it going? This is Cult of Us. I'm comedian Neil Wood, and of course I got my sweet co-host over there, Adam Nutter. How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
it's good to see you.
Same.
Disappointed in everything today. So just all of everyone in the fucking world is being dumb. Yeah, Dickie, hey, what's up, bud? Like to see you. It's good. Yeah, no, I know. We're gonna get to it in a second. We got a great fucking sweet guest for you today. So let's bring him in so we can get a prayer going real quick. Connor McGovern, there he is. Boom.
Boom, from the Way Too Spooky podcast. How are you, sir?
How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on. And I'm surprised you guys still want to keep talking about Halloween 3.
Bro, I swear to God, I literally could throw a rock and hit your house from where I am. I'll fucking strangle it. In fact, you're going to see me walk up behind him in his camera and just fucking start choking him out. You fucking asshole. That movie's garbage. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
We won't talk about it, but it was the least viewed. We haven't done many episodes, but I was like, it hit me. I was like, wow, this movie's just not popular. You know?
Yeah, no one wants to watch us talk about Halloween 3, bro. No one does. God damn it. Well, anyway, go watch Connor's stupid fucking podcast he does about horror movies.
Dude, Way Too Spooky, man. It's we're climbing the charts as far as the horror world is concerned.
Yeah, no, not with that movie. You ain't.
We just went to Monster Mania. I swear we gained 2 fans there just being there.
Dude, I just want to point this out. I saw the Instagram post from you going there. All they did was just go to all the hot chicks and take pictures with the hot chicks that were famous for one horror movie. That's all I saw.
Well, it was Danielle Harris, who was in Halloween 5, 6, and she was in the new Rob Zombie one, the second one.
That's funny because Dickie just said Rob Zombie or fuck your mother, which the Rob Zombie ones were whatever.
I always took you as a Rob Zombie kind of guy. Do you like his movies?
The first Halloween was fine. They wasn't the one he did.
Yeah, a lot of people hate Rob Zombie. I don't know. I always thought his movies were entertaining. Not even just Halloween. Like House of 1,000 Corpses was good. I don't know. It's great.
Yeah, it's fine. House of 1,000 Corpses was an interesting take on in terms of horror movies. The one after that was Devil's Rejects was fun as well.
Yeah, Captain Spaulding made that fucking movie.
The one he did after. Now that I'm not tied to the old couch over there. What was it? The other one after that it stunk. It was
31?
not.
I never really watched it.
31 was. I'm not even thinking of that. No, he also did like a witch movie. And it I don't know why we're jumping directly into this, but I love that you let it in, you piece of shit. It was Lords of Salem. It was the Lords of Salem. That one, I watched that one.
You're thinking about that male witch from Halloween 3.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude.
Adam, just stop. Just stop. Don't even. I'm not playing into this bullshit anymore. With this fucking crazy person. It's insanity.
That's a legit studio you have behind you, or is that really soundproof?
No, that's our real studio. That's the real one.
Yeah.
That's nice. I mean, even it is just the illusion. It looks awesome.
The whole thing. Yeah. We have a 4-person setup and all that stuff.
Oh, good stuff, dude.
Yeah, no. I mean, hey, some people
won't talk about anything horror related. I'm just fresh off a Monster Mania. Have you guys ever been to one of those conventions?
No, but I've been at Comic Cons, so you know,
they kind of cross over, don't they?
Hand in hand. It's kind of the same. They're both nerdy shit that adults go to fanboy over.
Let's work the horror movies in before I answer for the Monster Mania. Let me grab everyone's testicles real quick.
Oh yeah,
we can do this prayer. Let me just
our weekly cult prayer, Connor. Don't get weird about it.
Connor, if you could grab, just virtually reach out, just
virtually grab our balls.
Hold Adam's testicles. Hold my testicles. Thank you. And then I'm gonna hold Connor's and Adam's, and then heavier on Connor's side. Nice. Okay, I'll work this in. Yeah, may our sweet Freddy Krueger fingers come together in a prayer sign, and they slash at all the delicious things we want in the world. May our Michael Myers be even more I almost dumb and just oh man, this prayer's going bad. It's hard to work them in. May our zombie brains be cushy and mushy and delicious, and also fuck Halloween 3.
Fuck
Amen.
Halloween 3. Amen.
Thank you. As
Yeah.
a start, it sucked. No, anyway, yeah.
The more I think about it, I told it most of them do suck, but most of the Halloweens are just nostalgic because you just watched them.
Hey, buddy, you know what's better than all the other Halloweens? They had Michael Myers in them. That's what made him better.
Yeah, he was the key part that people.
He's
seem to
kind of the
like.
key issue in that whole movie.
Yeah, speaking of, so at this Monster Mania, who's the guy who played Freddy, the big guy? I'm drawing a
Robert
blank.
Englund.
Yeah, there's a line wrapped basically, and then he's charging like $120.
Yeah, he's crushing it, dude. Once you find out like Christopher Lloyd and stuff, like he goes to a lot of Comic Cons and he just stands there. He's like, I was Doc Brown. And everybody's like, please, here's my money. It's wild.
Like,
yeah.
They say he's a one-hit wonder, but I did see him in a couple bad sci-fi movies. But I will give him credit. I guess you're charging that kind of money. He's really engaging with all the kids that come up. He's really cool.
Well, Freddy Krueger was a pedophile, so that makes sense.
I heard something about that was partially insinuated at some point.
In the remake, they just straight up were like, "He was fucking kids. We're gonna burn his house down."
Yeah. Then you feel bad. There was this guy who was getting. His name is Brian Wilson. He was in like Silent Night, 7, but nobody. And he was right next to the new girl that was from Terrifier, and she had a big line. And then there was like Robert Englund and Danielle Harris. Nobody was going to this guy. It made me think like they travel to these things. No way they're picking up the tab for hotel and flight. They got to lose money. Some of these people.
For sure. Yeah, but that's like everything you go to. Every Comic-Con you go to, there's like a line. Like when Stan Lee was alive, it was like it would wrap around the whole fucking Javits Center in Manhattan, right? Like pretty much. But then like the guy who played like I was Stormtrooper 3, people were like, "Fucking, you should die here." Like people like turned so hard.
They get like a sympathy like autograph here and there, but. I don't know. I gotta imagine the Expo Center, whoever runs it, has to take a cut from it too. I don't know how much.
Oh yeah, well, it's like they charge per table. You know, it's sad when the guy's like, "You want a picture with me too?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'll take a picture with you too, bud." Like, just
then
to make the guy feel better.
guys, I'm like, "This is the only movie he was in. Like, he has to have like a full-time job. I'm sure he just does it for the love of the game. But sometimes it's placement. You don't put him next to like the new girl from Terrifier 2. And that movie is like hot right now.
You put him in the back with the all dying stars. You don't put him up at the front. New hotness.
You ever see The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me like it was kind of depressing when they showed all these old wrestlers from the 80s. They were just sitting like the gymnasium, and there's some guys who had a line and others that didn't.
I met Hacksaw Jim Duggan because my buddy used to wrestle. He still does, probably. He still does. He used to. But like it was just like in Jersey. This is like a small high school in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And Hacksaw Jim Duggins is like, oh, I'm like, I'll meet him.
Yeah, like I wouldn't recognize him unless he put like that 2x4 or whatever on his shoulder. I'm like, oh, that's who you are.
Yeah, no, that's what he was doing. That was his whole gimmick. He carries it around and just goes, oh, the whole time. And I was like, that was cool the first time, but you can stop. We got it.
Yeah.
We're like, good here.
Well, some of those guys become like I heard, even Randy Savage, they become so ingrained in a character they don't know how to break out of it.
Yeah,
like, I've heard those stories where he always felt like he just needed to talk like that. I think Ric Flair's like that, but I think Ric Flair literally just became Ric Flair.
Dude, didn't Randy Savage patent the name Linda Hogan or trademark the name Linda Hogan or something like that to fuck with Hulk Hogan? Because I'm pretty sure I heard that story before, which is hilarious.
No, I know Jesse Ventura did. Vince McMahon tried to buy the rights to his name because Vince McMahon.
That's his real name, though.
He owned the character, but no, it was the body, Jesse Ventura.
Oh.
And then he became the Mind. But Jesse Ventura apparently was the first one to say take a hike or something.
He was a hero in Predator. He tried to save us from an alien.
Dude, he was probably the best character in Predator. Besides Arnold, but like I always thought he was very underrated in some of his movies. He was in a lot of dumb movies that kind of go unnoticed. But I don't know.
Because he spent like after wrestle, he just did a bunch of B movies, and he's like conspiracies, full throttle.
He was the governor first, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
I think wasn't he like the first independent to ever win governorship?
I should know that, but probably.
No, I'm pretty sure he was.
I think you're right.
He ran as an independent. He's the only independent who was ever elected to governorship. I even think, I mean, you heard some random ones. Those days are over, like in the Senate or the House. But I think he was the first governor.
Yeah, no, like what's his face? That shit's hard, as we all know. I think Justin Amash, like he was something, and then he went to Libertarian. He's like, I wanted Libertarian. I was like, you didn't. You won as a Republican. Justin Amash, like he switched like his political shit when he was already won. It's like, yeah.
Wow, he did like yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because it's a lot of tribalism now, so I don't know, whatever's more popular for some people to switch. But
yeah, no, we should do a Hunger Games style thing just for everything, just like a battle royale. I think battle royale is the way to go for everything in the future.
You know, I know the premise of Hunger Games, but I've never watched it.
It does look like he was the only governor candidate to win a major government office from the Reform Party. Nailed it.
He was only one term, but he only wanted to serve one term.
That's what losers say, Connor.
No, I don't think
when you lose, you just
I don't think he ran for a second term.
You just go, I only wanted one term anyway, guys. I didn't want to fucking be governor. This is a stupid job. It's fucking stupid. I wanted a one term.
Well, was it Washington who did not want to be reelected? I forget.
No, they wanted to make him the king of America. He was like, no, we just fought a war for that.
It's funny how quick you can get away with the original idea. Like,
yeah, no, it is kind of funny how they're like, fuck that king. You want to be king? It's like, no, what? We just fought like a 7-year war over this. What are you talking about? Fucking assholes.
Yeah, they fought. Actually,
well, they didn't win. The people are astounded by that because remember, they weren't throwing off the yoke of a king for any reason. They just didn't want to pay taxes.
Good. I'm with them.
I know you're an idiot, but it's fine.
Nope. Where's my hat? This is taxation of steps. It's all the way back there. You can't see it.
So stupid.
Adam, we live so close to the Washington Crossing. Have you visited that site before?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. Do you believe they really cross it in the icy river?
I mean, it's like
was it on
feet.
Christmas? Was it on Christmas? I don't know.
It's like 40 feet. You could throw a stick and like hit the other side of the fucking embankment, dude. It's not that.
You know, that bridge that goes right into Jersey is so thin and small, right at Washington Crossing. There is a bar right over there. It's called Washington Crossing Pub. I've never gone there, but I'm like, what a brilliant idea if you were like an Uber, but you had a boat and you took drunk people back over who didn't want to take the bridge. Just throwing it out there. I just thought it was always a great idea.
I'm pretty sure that's a very, very small portion of people who live there.
If you dress up
losing money on a boat now.
You know how cool that would be?
That would be cool. You know what? You're selling me on that now. You're selling me on that idea now for sure. Yeah. That would be cool. Like yeah, dude. All right, I got some money. What do you want to go? That's what you're talking. How much is the boat? Look at boat prices.
You just sign a waiver, and like I'm basically you keep your car on the other side because nobody wants to go on that bridge. You know what bridge I'm talking about?
I was just with my buddy Blaze, who lives over there now, and I had to take him across that bridge, and I was like, "Yo, this is too narrow. It's a 2-lane bridge, which is crazy.
Every other both sides have to yield coming over.
Yeah, no, it's technically a 2-lane bridge.
Yeah, that's the bridge that Washington took to go over.
That exact one. Yeah. Guys, get tight. You gotta get tight. Might spill over. Get tight. Single file. Everything was a single file back then. Bridge walking, fighting, boat riding. Everything was single file. Just lanes.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's actually weird because I was just watching this movie. Have you watched it on Netflix? All Quiet on the Western Front.
Well, I read the book back in the day.
Yeah, I only listen to books. I can't read books.
Yeah, no, actually, that's a lot of me now, and I have to listen to stuff. My ADD is just too strong. I just can't.
Yeah, and once you have the technology to listen to books, the days of me reading ones it never really happened anyway. But
yeah, whatever. But no, it also throws me. This is how lazy I'm getting. Like I'll be like 7 hours. Oh, it's so long.
I know. Well, I mean, I drive around for work, so I have that luxury to do that. But they were talking about because that's like the first war, I guess, in so long that wasn't quote unquote civilized, where men marched in single file lines. It was just trench warfare. It was insane.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, it was just like rats and corpses and just disease, and nobody was gaining any ground.
And also, like, they would still fight it like the old wars. So you just had like people with like machine gun nests set up, and they're like charge, and it's like, really? Just got rid of the fucking field. Like, good job, idiots.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that would be the most bizarre I don't know if you think of being any war. Like you hear the horrors of Vietnam, but like this doesn't make any sense. At least on other wars, you could know if you're gaining ground. Like World War II made sense, you know.
I
That's
think
what-
every
from a
war
morale
is
point of view.
fought like the previous war until they figure it out like halfway into the new war. Like, it's not working. We gotta switch some shit up. we just kept throwing people at them. They kept dying. I don't know what to do. That's what we did forever.
Yeah, and they're not getting a tally of what's going on, where they're at, what the big picture is.
No. But also, it's also funny. It's like just some general behind the lines being like, oh, that didn't work. All right, send 40 more people running through the fields. Maybe that will work this time. It's like, nope, still not working. Still just getting slaughtered.
So much trial and error. Actually, you're a bit of a history buff. What was gained on World War One? I remember I was reading
Nothing. What do you mean gained? Nothing was gained.
No, so nobody had a foothold in anything.
Oh, you mean like Well, yeah. You
Well,
mean like territory
Germany-
purposes?
Germany collapsed, right? Everything
It's
collapsed.
the end of Prussia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I
who-
thought you meant like
What are we doing right now in
I don't know.
terms of this discussion?
I don't know.
What are we educating Connor? Is that what this whole thing is? Look
Connor's
it up.
asking me questions and I'm answering them.
I know. What was gained? Dude, I'm not taking a fucking essay. Dude, you fucking no-showed for the last podcast. You come here now with this shit?
All right,
Asking about World War One questions?
There's two
What
paths
the
we
fuck
can
is
go.
going on right now?
We can go into history, wrestling, politics, or we can go back to Halloween 3.
I'll fight you.
It's completely up to you.
Connor only has two things he can talk about.
Right.
I'm really into World War One warfare or Halloween 3. Outside of those two things, I really don't know much about what we can do.
Well, all right. To go back to the HorrorCon, I would say there was a weird crossover because it's the first convention I've ever been to on anything like that. I think there was some Marvel stuff there. I saw some superhero things. The vendors, I'll give it up. The vendors were an A+ on their creativity. The stuff some of these people make and sell. Some of the hardcore people that show up, I think it's like Halloween all year round for them. There's some interesting people, great people watching. It was cheap, only cost $25 for a ticket. But I don't know. You crossing like the Comic-Con has to be basically the same thing.
Comic-Con, in fact, last Comic-Con I was at was before COVID. And it's so my biggest problem with Comic-Con is fat girls who want to cosplay as sexy characters. Actually, fat guys too who want to cosplay as like Spider-Man. It's like, hey man,
That's
your lane. You could go with Clayface.
I
You could go with Spider-Man, dude.
I saw a really thick Michael Myers. I'm like, this
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
what he should be at his age right now.
But that's not as hurtful in my eyes as the other one. Like when I see a fat dude in a Spider-Man thing, I'm like, gross. But not as gross as the fat Lara Croft, you know what I'm saying? There's
I also
levels
think
to
that's
it.
where Goth is still alive. You know, I think that's where it still has a pulse.
Yeah, they just transferred to anime chicks now. I think Goth is kind of dead, and they just went to anime. I think this is what I think happened to the Goth girls and guys. There was like a break off somewhere in like the early 2000s or mid 2000s where that started not being a thing anymore, and they either went to anime or furry.
All right, anime I don't get at all. I'm not
Same.
adherent to it. Like it's adults that are into that, which is weird. I have seen adult comics.
Wait, what do you mean you don't get it?
What is it like Japanimation?
Dude, wait, hold on. What
Yes.
you
You
have
asked me what this anime is?
You have a
I'm
wife,
sorry,
right?
I
You
didn't
have a
realize
wife.
you were saying anime.
You have Connor. You have a wife. I'm pretty sure we met.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anime.
Does she like Disney?
Well, I have a Disney App Plus.
But Disney's American, Neil.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm on a big stretch here. Okay, she's an adult. I mean, if you're ever feeling nostalgic for any Disney movie, just take that,
Dude, the Disney Plus app has
make it
all the old ones.
Japanese, and
Yeah.
that's you have anime.
Okay.
Yeah.
It always reminded me of like you remember Eon Flux? Remember that back?
Jan Flux. Is it Eon or Jan?
I don't know. Just weird.
The anime sucks.
Sailor,
I'm with you.
Sailor Moon.
Anime
Remember
doesn't
Sailor Moon?
suck.
It does suck. You watch one anime, you're like, it's cool.
I don't need it. It doesn't also. You're so fucking. It's either you like it or it sucks, Adam.
Yes.
Because it's all dependent on your nonsense
Thank
bullshit.
you. Thank you. You
You're-
heard it here
you're
first, guys.
horseshit.
It all
You're
depends on me.
Out of
My
your
thoughts.
mind.
He's got
Just
you
his
have an-
purview.
you
of
have an
things.
anime tattoo though, don't you? Right?
Yeah, no, I have Sailor Moon right above my asshole. directly above, not on the tramp stamp. Like my butthole is here, and then she's here.
Yes, Sailor Uranus.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's a good joke. The Uranus one. That stands the test of time. No, I think anime is like it's like Pokemon for adults. A little bit.
Pokemon also is an adult craze. Sorry to break it to you, buddy.
Anime.
Did you play
Pokemon
that?
It's anime. That is anime. Yeah. Do you have a problem understanding what things are?
I'm worried. How did your podcast not Conor McGovern figures things out? That's what I don't understand. Because you're coming at us with like points of contact where you're just like, when you're like, I don't get anime. I was like, well, what do you mean you don't? You mean you don't get anime people? You're like people that like anime a ton. Because you get anime. It's cartoons.
I'm trying to say. That's all.
You're
talking to a guy who talked about Halloween theory, so I get it.
You're also talking to us like I'm retarded. I don't know much of anything. I know I'm good in like 2 things. That's like outside of that, I'm out.
All right. Well,
maybe one thing.
We were on a good track when we were talking about Jesse Ventura, right? He was awesome.
Did you? He was awesome.
Yo, so I heard he worked for some kind of Russian.
I don't know. I'm retarded. We just established that. I don't know much of stuff.
He got kicked off of every platform apparently.
Jesse?
Yeah.
No, that's Alex Jones.
No, Jesse Ventura did too. After he insulted who's the American sniper guy?
Chris Kyle.
Yeah. There was a big lawsuit or something.
Yeah, he won that lawsuit though.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Against his wife, but I was listening to him on. He was on Rogan once, and then somewhere he was talking about it, and he ended up working for some Russian TV media, and he lives in Mexico half the year round. And now all of a sudden, since everything happened with Russia, it's just I guarantee there's nothing going on.
What about how did you mean that? Like even the case, like one of the things you look up for Jesse the Body Ventura versus Chris Kyle in the case, and I love that Adam's just like, oh, and he won. The headline is a case where no one won.
No, he actually did. No, he didn't accept the money.
I got you. Yeah.
He won it, but he didn't take anything. Yeah, he's wanted to prove
it was more of a slander against his. He said the whole thing was made up. He never got knocked out at a bar. And you know what? I could see that. I mean, just because somebody's American hero and did all that stuff, they can be accused of, because Jesse Ventura was a Navy SEAL. He was like the Navy SEAL guy.
Right. So but it's also not like a far-fetched thing to be like this 60-year-old man got knocked out by a 30-year-old. It's not like a far stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are all jacked up. They're testosterone. I mean, you're at a bar. I don't know.
Oh man, have you seen Jesse Ventura's head?
It's like a brick.
I don't think you can knock him out.
It's bulbous.
Dude, his jaw is huge.
There's just no way, dude. Look at the size of this guy's head.
I could knock Jesse Ventura out. He's like 75.
You're
How old is he?
Dude, he's still really tough.
His head is massive. I just don't. It feels like. It looks like his head weighs way above average for any of our normal head weights. Like it's literally double it. It feels.
If he weighs 230 pounds, 200 pounds is his head.
Yeah, it's absurd that I don't think a punch from. I mean, this is him now.
In that picture, we'll go back to that picture, Neil.
Okay. Which one were we at?
That one about it. Yeah, it looks like he's instructing how to properly give like a rib job.
Yeah, he's just
like a rim. He's like, you start here and you pucker your lips up.
You want to come
jerk
in
the head and you
gotta
get in
come
there in that asshole.
way. You got to come in this way, and then you're gonna fist in a fist, and then you start working her.
You do have a nice Western grip, yeah.
Are you guys big wrestling fans? Like, do you like old wrestling? No.
Like 90s. I watched the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
that was like my. We're all the same age because I watched it around that time, and I phased out of it. Which, by the way, I think that should be the natural progression in wrestling. Like you're younger, you watch it, and then you phase out of it.
True, but I also I can understand why people like Hogan and all that, but I don't know if wrestling is even. It's still very popular, but the storylines is what engages a lot of people. I love the Attitude Era. Yeah. I stopped because I grew out of it, but it's not like I loved the actual wrestling when I was younger. Like, oh my God, I never thought it was real. I used to crack up at how Vince McMahon basically became like the self-fulfilling prophecy of the CEO he was anyway.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I just love the insane storylines. Were so funny, and it's like the ad lib between Stone Cold, The Rock. Vince McMahon was the best character in my opinion. But like that stuff is just over with. But apparently they're going to make a return to that because just to get ratings back up. Like, I don't know if wrestling's woke now, or I don't.
I don't fucking know. I don't watch it.
They have a lot of like MMA fighters who go into it now or something. But
yeah, it's like that seems to be the new natural path. It's like I can't real fight anymore, so fake fighting it is.
I think it's about the characters that were so funny, but like there were some insane characters from the Attitude Era.
Yeah, dude.
There's a guy named Eugene. Did you ever hear about Eugene?
Oh my god, Dino, do you know who that is?
Look,
I probably would recognize him.
He was there for like a week.
Never get away with this today.
No, never.
Ever get away with this today. It was essentially
like I don't remember until somebody was talking about it recently on a podcast or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, I remember that.
He was essentially a mentally challenged wrestler.
Yeah, they were getting away with everything.
And he would just act like a 5-year-old, and it was really, really funny for the time.
Yeah.
Now there's no way that's cool.
So basically, he was like, "This is right when I think WCW, WE combined." He was basically like Adam Bischoff's like nephew or something that he wanted to give him a shot.
Oh, is that really what it was?
It was some storylines like, "Hey, can you help him out or something?" He really wanted to do it.
Walk around a lot and like bite his thumb. And like be like, "Ooh, I don't know." Like it's
there's a YouTube clip where they say he needs a little extra attention. Can you take him under your wing? He's kind of special.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I forgot about that.
Even for the time, I was like, Jesus Christ, guys.
But like, I mean, it was that, not like because the days of like, oh my god, is wrestling real were over, so they had to really amp it up with the storyline.
But then it's also funnier because then like when he would take a beating, you're like, well, now you're just beating up a mentally challenged person. Doubling down.
They have every right to be beat up like everybody else. All right,
they're allowed to compete in matches, right?
I mean
one of that flag. Yeah. You know?
Now throw Brock Lesnar in her fucking ring with one. See who comes up the victor.
I don't know. I mean, it's
how many Brock Lesnar's against Eugene's? How many Eugene's it take to beat one Brock Lesnar?
I mean, then sometimes you look at some of these. I'm not into like.
We're forgetting about those people's strength.
Exactly. But I'm saying fighting is a whole different ballgame. You know.
Also, we're talking about wrestling or fighting now.
No, fighting.
Well, just
no actual fighting.
We're in character land. All right.
Somebody mentioned the other day, I was cracking up because Kurt Angle was an actual Olympian wrestler. Like real wrestler.
He won a gold medal.
And then he just decided to get in fake wrestling.
Yeah, and he made way more money than he would have with anything with real wrestling.
Yeah, of course. And if people, even Adam fucking throwing insults at like MMA people who, you can't make it. It's like, yeah, man, it's a job. So whatever. I'm not the, okay,
do you guys
cool.
watch MMA?
Go make some money over here.
Do you like MMA? I don't wear like. Yeah. You order these fights? I don't even know when they'd even be on TV.
They're every Saturday. Hey,
this is like explaining stuff to my grandpa. This is insanity.
100 years old.
Well, Neil, do you watch MMA or is it the cool thing to watch?
I catch fights every once. Cool thing. You are so fucking old. This is insanity. Like you're. Is it the cool thing to watch it? What are you and your friends doing on Saturday nights?
I also think it's trendy now for comics just to like, I love MMA. Like, really?
Yeah, a bunch of dudes jumped up onto MMA stuff, but I mean, again,
it's like a thing now with like a lot of established comics. Like, I love watching the fights.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like it's definitely a trend, but no, I used to fight, so I've been watching MMA forever.
Yeah, I've been in martial arts and I did jujitsu and I did all that, but I'm not anti. I just didn't really care to see dudes just completely pummel each other in the face. Like boxing.
The best.
Yeah.
It's the best for people who also have head injuries. Yeah, Adam.
It's the best.
It's the only thing he can. I was just listening to
how I feel.
Yeah, a podcast about boxing currently, and they were talking about old style training of boxing versus like even the new, some of the new fighters. Like, it was interesting because they were making the point that like fighters back in the day would probably be able to beat most of the fighters nowadays
because
like,
they're tougher.
Yeah, tougher grit. They don't train like this was like a boxing critic, Silver, I think it was his last name, Seth Silver, something like that. Who was like, yeah, man. I mean, like Mike Tyson. I know everyone's like Mike Tyson's like one of the strongest. People would say that now, right? He's pretty much known as like, I think
for sure,
because he broke into the majority of America. You know what I mean? Like a sensation, right?
He was also like so dominant when he came on the scene. It was like scary.
And they were like, he wouldn't hold a feather to like Muhammad Ali. Like there's just nothing you can do because in the way that those guys were trained, they don't train fighters like that anymore. Like, and he was describing stuff like, a right step with like an uppercut and stuff like that. They just don't do. Like maybe Mike, this is almost directly from what I think, quoting him almost. He's like, yeah, I mean, they don't train them the way they used to. And if they, maybe you see Mike Tyson bob a little bit, but he just throws some sort of over the top punch, and that's about it. That's all they have.
Mike Tyson's also like such a like freak example because he was so strong. Like he would just knock guys out. He would like punch through blocks and knock people out. Like that's how fucking strong Mike Tyson was.
And I guess this guy was making the point of, that's right. I guess this guy was making the point of, because he says right after that, it's like, yeah, but when pushed into a corner and he can't do anything, what did he do? He bit a guy's ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he just can't. He's like guys back then. He was like, it was very like you fought more, you fought like a lot more, and if they're like a big fighter now, maybe they have 2 fights a year. And he's like, it's like this was just different. This was just different stylings entirely. Like you would fight, like once a fucking week, every 2 weeks.
They also let the fights go longer. Like if you're getting beat the shit out of you, like now like the refs like we're done. Like it's TKO. Like they'll just call it. They're like you're fine. And they're like as long as you just got back up, or not even like if you just looked okay.
Even like I get so annoyed watching baseball. Like, well, we want to take our pitcher out. I'm like, dude, just to pitch
100 games in a row.
Especially in the postseason, that always bothers me. I'm like, let him throw his arm out. He's going for a ball.
I know all-time baseball is like now pitching for the 45th game in a row, John Smith. And
they were batting too, like they were playing offense too. Yeah. But also to that point, it's kind of like training's like you could be in the most elite shape of your life doing one thing. Like you could run marathons, but there's a difference between that endurance and then getting in a ring and then constantly maneuvering around. Your body gets wiped out. It's kind of like it's a different type of training. But I don't know. When you watch Mike Tyson highlights, like he's knocking dudes out by giving them kidney punches.
Yeah, no. He was. I told you, brutally strong and scary. Do you ever hear the term fighting like a Mexican? It's like a boxing term. That means a lot of Mexican fighters, how they train was they literally just walk into the punches, like head down and like there's no movement. Like there's like walk, and so it's just fighting like a Mexican is, and that's what like a lot of the ultimate boxers used to do. It's kind of like just get to the center of the ring and just be like, "Fucking go," so they can take more punishment.
Would have to because he was so short. It's not like Ali was big arm length, right? It was just a different.
Ali was big, yeah.
Just his ability. Yeah, Ali was, I think 6'3". I think 6'3", but he's also like 20 pounds on me, right? So he was like 2 or 40 pounds, I think, right? He was a big dude, but even in the body type, like, right? I don't know. It was a good one because also Muhammad Ali, like he was able to move in ways that you just don't see. That doesn't. It was this guy was making the point of like you just don't see movement like that anymore. There's not the guys, that's a standard like bob and stuff, but like the way to be able to look through punches and slip and stuff like that.
Yeah, he flew like a butterfly. He stung like a bee, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he definitely did, Connor.
he wrote his own. He wrote his own riddles. But that's what made him more of a showman too. He was basically like a wrestler, but was real.
He was like a rapper / wrestler / boxer. He really was. He was like a poet. He was all the things. I mean, Connor really is just a cheap version of fucking Muhammad Ali.
That's it. Hey, but I know it sounds real cliche, but I used to bartend in Philadelphia. It's called Con Murphy's. It was a bar. Joe Frazier used to stop in there. And it was funny because he had his spot, he had his drink, and there was, let's say younger, but probably people my age at the other end of the bar had no clue
who Joe Frazier was, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is the guy who knocked out Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. And he's a Philly guy.
Yeah, he is.
Which, by the way, the classic Bill Burr rant
Yeah, there's no statue for him.
So fucking funny. He's like, yeah, what a Rocky, but you don't have one Joe Frazier who's from here because he's black.
Was it? That was the Oddball Festival. I think that was. I mean, it sounds
not the
like
Oddball Festival.
It sounds like a Philly thing to say. That's what blew him up. But I think I remember he just became notorious because that was that was like a.
That was the ONA Traveling Virus Tour.
That was a 45-minute rant of him just making fun.
It was like 20 minutes. Yeah, it was pretty. Dude, it was honestly. He goes, what else do you guys have? Donovan McNabb. I hope he snaps both of his ACLs.
He goes next one.
That's how long ago was? Yeah, he goes 10 more minutes.
Yeah, I talked to some people. They've never. Obviously, they ended. This is before he like blew up.
I was at the show. I went to the show before that in Homedale at the PNC Bank and Arts Center. Yeah. That was right before, and then that was the one right after.
What year was that? Can you pull that up?
That had to be 04.
Was it 04?
04 or 05? It had to have been.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
You weren't doing comedy yet.
I like 6 months later. I think I went to my first open mic.
Okay, gotcha. In New York.
Yeah. But a lot of it was from listening to like Opie and Anthony and like Patrice O'Neal and Bill Burr and Jim Norton, all those guys.
Yeah. I never listened to an episode of Opie and Anthony. I was like, that was well after.
Dude, you got to go listen back some of the old Patrice stuff though on there. It's fucking some of the funniest.
That's what I hear. But it was all those guys just sitting around, just shooting the shit.
Yeah, way before they were who they were. Like they were working comics. They were like touring and stuff. But like
podcasting wasn't even a thing yet, was it? I don't even think podcasting was even.
No. I think the first podcast was like technically like 05 or 06, but it was like,
yeah,
you had to like probably needed a NASA level computer to fucking do one.
It'll be funny because there's definitely some guy who was doing it, not thinking anything of it. He goes, "Oh, this is stupid." And he put it down after a couple months.
Dude, they say like most podcasts are like fail out like in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to do with it. You know what I mean? Like that, they say fail out, you could just lose interest.
That's the same thing. It's the same.
You can just
hey, Connor, are you dumb? Are you a dumb person?
Hey,
what is happening?
Adam, we do not.
I'm Eugene.
Guests.
I'm Eugene the wrestler.
Please, we do not berate guests, however simple they may be. We do not berate them.
We gotta do plugs. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we do.
We gotta do fucking plugs.
All right, you can check out Connor over at the Dum Dum House. My name's Neil.
Connor, do your plugs first. Connor, where can everybody find you?
No, I'll go first.
Let him go first.
I want to go first. You shut your dumb mouth. Shut up.
You go first.
Connor, now you go. Go ahead.
All right. There's only really 2 shows I'm trying to promote. It's December 9th at the Camden Waterfront Theater, South Camden Theater. I'm hosting. Wolfgang Hunters featured in Brent Terhune is headline. And then we're going to be at John and Peter's the next day, December 10th. So please buy those tickets. I don't know. Follow me. I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Perfect. You can check me out. Check in the descriptions for Connor's sweet info. And you can check me out, IamNeilWood.com. Go there. I'll be in Turnersville, New Jersey on the 25th of November over at a Van Jam event. So check that out. I think this Friday we have a gig already that's already booked. So I got nothing coming up other than that. Obviously, the pop-in seems to be done. We are thankful for everybody who came on out. But since they had to sell the business, sorry. Thank you so much. They're amazing, and shout out to all the people that work there. Really, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, we're all bummed out about it. Yeah. But you know what? Your fault for not supporting that bar more. I don't know what to tell you. So really, it's on you guys.
All right, the poppin', huh?
Yeah, you got to support those locations, people. Get out there, support your local bars, support your local venues. All right. IamNeilWood.com on all the stuff, and check out my site. Adam, go ahead, bud. What you got?
This Friday, technically, people could come to that thing we're doing, Neil. It's a
private
gig. Yeah, it's it's at a house. It's a private gig. But they were like, if people want to come, just let us know. And I was like, okay. So we'll be in Middletown, Delaware. Neil, myself, Sarah Bell, and Blaise Gagakis. But it's not even ticketed. It's actually free. It's on the LP Delaware, guys. So if you guys want to go and you're in Delaware, just hit me up with the DM and I'll give you the address and I'll run it by them and make sure it's okay. But yeah, so hit us up for that. And then we have other things in the works. January 4th will be a Punchline. That's all our first. Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Of course. And then on the 25th, even though I have a show in Turnersville, if you're in Philly, go to Myers Brewing Company right on Girard Avenue.
Right. Yeah.
Go over there. It's the second and fourth Friday of each month. So check that out. So depending on where you're at, come check out a Drop 10 show.
Yes. Please go. Of course, go check out my other podcast, The Porcupine. YouTube.com/Adam Nutter for that. Thank you for everybody who watches that and supports it. And I'll go follow me at Adam Nutter on Instagram, Twitter at Tattooed Comic, and that's it for me for now. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you can check out everything on Drop Tent over at droptent.com. Go there, do your thing. You'll love it. Here's a little bit there. You can check out our podcast and all the other stuff. If you want to book us on a show or do anything, subscribe to the mailing list. It's a great thing. Do it. Give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. You're going to get a bunch of cool stuff and access to it. Of course, go and check out our merch. There's a great store there. You can check out the Cult of Us merch and all that good stuff we have to offer. Let me switch it up here. Let me make sure I'm on this side. There we go. Boom. So good, Neil. You're crushing it. I'm producing so much better than Adam. It's amazing.
It's so small, I can't see it.
Okay, fine. We'll go full view. Whatever. Whatever then. Fine. But check out some of that sweet merch. Get in there. Grab a tie-dye. Come on. They're a lot of fun. You can grab one. They got 2 different colors. Some hats. All these hats are in different colors as well. I feel like we're always showing them, but we never show the different hats and the colors and all that kind of stuff. So go on there, check it out. And of course, check out our Patreon. I got to pull that up. So everyone, now I'm messing up Patreon. Oh, look, it still says Nerds with Words, Adam. That's not good. That's not good at all, dude. Are we logged in? Dude, I'm not even logged in.
I'm not even logged in, dickface. I'll do it.
Sucks.
I'll do it.
Go ahead. I'm going to leave up some of the hats. Look at the hats we got going. They're not very, I like them. The black and silver. The camo I really like.
You see this?
Yep. Cool. Got it. So check out, of course, our $1 tier. Get you in the door. We're doing the gauntlet is our regular little thing now. We're digging
Friday morning. It's coming out. New one.
Yep. New gauntlet coming out for you. So you can get video and audio for $1 a month. It's awesome. Tell everybody about it. Get on there. It's really cool. So $3 tier is our watch tier. We were talking about MMA earlier. We like to make sure that people are checking out our stream and hanging with us in the Discord. So go there, get $3, give it to us, and then watch an MMA fight, hang out with us in Discord, and type in some comments and be surprised when someone gets knocked out. It's a good time. All right. And then you got our $5 tier, Anna Gabrielle's tattoo tier. All right. You're getting a tattoo for some sweet, sweet, cheap money, man. It's you can't do better than this. At Curls Jr. Tattoos. To check out her artwork. All you do is give us $5 a month. You get all the other stuff, all the other tiers, but you might get a free tattoo. I mean, almost a free tattoo. We're talking $20, right? Every other month, we're going to pick out a name. You get a tattoo. It is that simple. Full color, softball size tattoo. So it's a cool thing to support us. And you got to DM me with the size that you need for your shirt, and I'll send you over a shirt. That easy. Okay. Thank you so much. Those are our tiers. Check them out. Patreon.com.
Also, real quick, December 23rd, I'll be at JP's.
There you go. Yeah, sure.
Nice. Good
Sorry.
stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll just stop in. Oh, don't forget to listen to Way Too Spooky podcast. All right, we'll keep talking about it Halloween 3.
I'll fucking mute you.
that was the plug.
There's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else. There's nothing. I don't know what you're probing anymore, but there is nothing else to talk about with that.
I'll figure something out. I'm having you guys back on again real soon.
I'm excited. I watched everything you told me to watch.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna watch what you told me to watch now.
Have you watched the VHS movies yet, Connor?
No, that's the next one I gotta get into now.
I went back and watched all of them for fun. And they were pretty great. Other than like one, I think it was.
That one is really bad, but the other ones are good.
Yeah, the other ones are fun. You find something. Yeah, you find something in.
The third one's worth.
I think 94 was my favorite.
It's the Ratma one.
I think 94 was a bit
really
almost
good.
Like it rivaled the original, like the first one, like pretty wonderful. Because I feel like there's a dud in one that I can't remember which one it is, but
is it the lesbian couple one when they murder the guy? It's boring.
Yeah, it's kind of that one's. I
Very
think it
boring.
was the dumber. The other 94 was like a lot of fun between
Yeah,
the
it was.
zombie stuff and everything like that. It was really really cool.
I'll be sure to watch it all, and then we can digest
I
it.
don't trust you. Okay, do we need to explain to you what apps are so you can find them? So listen, no, I'm sorry, I'm just being insulting. Connor, I love you.
Not everybody has a cool plastic foam corner piece to their bedroom. I don't know what even. That's not even real.
No, it's weird. That actually is technically his also bedroom.
This is my bedroom office toilet prison. So if it makes you feel better that you're in a different room of your house.
Yeah. Neil's been relegated to his own basement. How's that? How you feel, Connor, about that, dickhead?
There's just wine glasses everywhere. I'm classy, dude. As I'm drinking Coors Light.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, it almost looks like a man doesn't live there. It looks great. So,
this is my man cave. Drink the wine
with delicate fucking wine racks in the background with ornaments. Shut up.
Yeah. We went like with a brushed bronze.
There's
for
a
the
sign
man
here
cave.
that says
live, laugh, love.
Yeah, I was just gonna fucking say that.
No, live, laugh, wine a lot.
Oh, gotcha. Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, the sadness.
Dream it, feel it, want it, get it.
Yeah. Something about what a family is. It's usually family is tough, hard, grit, love, home, Thanksgiving.
Hard work lives
here. We only
here.
serve the finest wine. Did you bring any?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there you go. God, I hate all that shit.
I hate you.
It's great. It's great. I could make so much money selling garbage like that. Yeah, you got to watch the sadness. So do you know the itinerary? You have to watch VHS.
I am. I'm into it. Trust me, I have a whole winter lineup.
The sadness, man. The sadness is pretty.
It's actually literally on our list that we're going to start watching in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah,
I think even some legit recommendations. So we're going to be watching this.
I'm waiting for it. Bring
you
it
guys
back
will be
on
on to talk about it. So
bated breath.
Yeah. Oh, so did the bar closed? Pop in?
The new.
It's either that or they've gone through an elaborate way to break up with us.
Dude, that'd be so funny. They just went through all that.
Yeah, like all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they
even closed the blinds and they're looking out the window like, all right, they're gone. Idiots. They turned all the lights back on.
You guys fill that room though every time. Didn't seem like it was an issue, right?
It was fun. I don't think it was we were the problem. I think we brought them extra business, is what I think.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, it's like their location wasn't great.
Are we live right now? Are we still live?
Yeah.
Why did it? Yeah.
So why does that matter? Why wouldn't we be?
Oh, I don't know.
What made you think that we weren't anymore?
Music. I don't know if it was still going to go.
We just went to the little plugs in the middle.
Just our plugs. Just our plugs.
So I'd like to go into the Newtown brewery, but their hours suck and it has not been working out.
Yeah, you keep saying you're gonna, and that makes me not go, but I'm just gonna go.
Well, at 3. I don't know. It just hasn't been jiving, but I could. All right, I could technically.
You know what? Say it on this. Hold yourself accountable in front of the live audience.
All right, I'm gonna say right now. I'll go in there and I'll promote Drop Tent Media. So.
All right.
Because they've actually legitimately had shows there before. So I don't think.
I'm gonna bully out that comic who ran shows there.
Yeah. I mean, they had go to headliner.
Yeah, that's not the issue.
Yeah, asses and seats, right?
I don't want people in my hometown. That's not me or you.
Well, the problem, you don't get out enough in this own town. Do you know who's in town right now? Is the Temperance House has a show now.
Comedy Cabaret.
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
I didn't even know they had room to do that there.
Yes, in the very back. It's kind of like it's basically where there would be like a conference or something. Like a lot of tables where you have like.
I've never really been in there. I only thought there was just like a regular bar restaurant. I didn't know they had like a whole room
slash hotel. So they got a big conference room in the back that they probably just filled up.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
I was just letting you guys figure out your space. And, talk about good places. This is off air time. We're still recording.
I'm trying to help your brand here because I don't want to.
You would have went to fucking Newtown Brewery, you cunt.
Connor, don't worry about it. I got it.
I'll be. But you also told me you don't want to do Clubhouse because Clubhouse.
There's no room in there.
You know where they do. I don't know the last time we went there where they do karaoke. You could really range that room right around. There's room. You could pack that house.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go to Clubhouse tomorrow. We're gonna go to the distillery tomorrow. You and I, right? We're going to the clubhouse too. Neil and I are going to do a bunch of rounds tomorrow, and we're going to say to fucking not talk to you about anything. You're getting left out.
Dude, I'm being that serious. I will make my rounds around Newtown Thursday night. Let's do it.
We're doing it tomorrow. Neil's already coming out tomorrow.
All right, let's do it. Let's go around. We'll find a venue.
Going. We're doing it.
I didn't know you were going to invite Connor.
No, he's not invited. He invited himself. I said we're going to do it without him.
I go to these places anyway, so it just makes sense that I should just go there.
What is something your wife bothers you about all the time?
I mean,
what is something I need to know? Oh, the woman that is wed to you,
who's very nice. We've met her. She's very lovely.
Very nice. Very nice. What is she?
You're garbage. So
are you? Are you
just?
Are you two perfect for each other? Does she really bug you with anything?
Well, I mean, you live with what, 5 guys? So I'm sure it's just.
You live with the burger joint? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my formal studio is filled with wood and everything right now, so we're getting our house redone. So the official studio is what is now underway downstairs. So to answer your question, I'm getting that all taken care of.
So she's mad at you for getting things taken care of?
No, it's just I'm getting things done with. When you're married, you want to do updates to your house. You just say, okay.
That wasn't the question.
What's happening right now? I feel like I asked what does your wife not like? Like, what does she bitch about to you? And then you told me that you're. What the fuck is happening?
Take the
trash.
Are
you?
I feel like I'm in an episode of It's Always Sunny.
Am I being gaslit? Yeah.
I never.
I asked you for a thing, and you were like, I know the house is really messed up right now. I don't really know exactly what to do, but
I don't know.
Taking care of it. I'm like,
what does your wife hate about you?
Do you fart in front? Do you guys? Are you a farting couple?
I do a ton. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's one-sided, so she doesn't.
Well, I'm actually going a very different level though, to the point where it's absurd.
You're a professional farter.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Got it. Okay,
so,
okay. Are you grossed out if she farts in front of you?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably.
Oh, wow.
I'm not grossed out. I just don't prefer it, but whatever. But for how much I give out, I am in no place to complain ever if that happens.
Got you. They're so potent.
Yeah.
Has it gotten worse with your farts? Are your farts really tragic?
I'm very healthy. I eat a lot of fruit, and vegetables, so it's just constantly. And I drink beer, and just the combination of
super healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just my everything's just moving all the time. It's a sign of
not how I would describe diarrhea, but that's fine. Yeah. Everything's just I got a good flow going. You know what I mean?
I'm just very efficient.
I got it. It's coming in, going. It's
you work out.
Right.
I do. Yeah, we got a Peloton because we're
bro. You work out, dude? What you got?
What'd you bench?
Adam lifted up one weight recently, and he's like, oh man, you work out? Yeah, nice.
Gotta be honest with you, I my whatever this is injury is still so bad. I just took the bar and just did flat bar bench with no weight on it, just a 45-pound bar.
Sure. 4
reps. I was like, I feel like my this is gonna rip out of my fucking body. It's gonna rip.
Can you do pull-ups your own body weight still?
Pull-ups or chin-ups?
Either.
Chin-up, I think I could do a handful. Pull-up 0. I could do 0 pull-ups.
My kids have a jungle gym, and I used to do body weight all the time. And I was like, I tried to do it, and I feel like the ligaments in my shoulders and elbows just tearing out. I'm like, if you stop doing it and you get into your late 30s, it's just not coming back.
Nah, but I got even when I was in shape and actually an athlete, I still couldn't do pull-ups. Never could.
Yeah. Well, that's technically the best exercise is just push-ups, pull-ups, your own body weight.
On this very show, I've done a sit-up and push-up challenge that I've barely passed each time. That was pre me working out, though. I'm getting back into it. Dude, 6 months, I'm going to be fucking ripped. I'm telling you.
Well, Neil, you're a tall guy with long arm length. Is it harder to get more reps in for there has to be something to that. We're talking about Tyson can probably rep out a ton.
Short bros had it easy, dude. For bench, it's not. Yeah, short bros benching and stuff like that is not a tall man game. It sucks. Usually most tall guys or at least you just free weight it. I always just free weighted it instead of bar.
It's still the same
bar. Yeah, I know, right? But bar in terms of how you I could put up more weight with barbells. I mean bells than I could with like a bar. I couldn't do it. It's just that I was too locked in and wouldn't be able to. And I just had so much arm as well to get above me. Like usually short dudes, and they're usually only pressing here to hit chest.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of. It was that barrel chested situation. It does lend it because now your chest is like out here, so you just kind of like.
Also, if your arms or muscles are short and you're building muscle, it's so much more noticeable. But when you're a tall, lanky guy, like you have to do.
That's why all bodybuilders are like 5'9".
Yeah, man. Yeah, I have it much worse than everybody thinks.
Yeah. Well, Schwarzenegger was.
His heart's gonna stop soon. He has herpes. There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah, a lot of things, man.
Tall, big dudes, but they're definitely the juicers.
Yeah, but they're not comics. They don't sit at home late at night trying to come up with jokes. They're in the fucking gym 4 hours a day, dude. I don't have time for that.
You look at guys like McGuire in his prime. Remember when he was like the juicing era? He's well above 6 foot, and his forearms were massive. And I remember clearly he was a juicer, but we all turned a blind eye because
I couldn't give a shit about Sarah's baseball. But go on.
I remember looking him up because like Aaron Judge just broke the American League record.
Yeah.
It's not the same. And I'm looking at Mark McGuire. I'm like, I always remember Mark McGuire being so old. He was 34 when he broke that record.
But that is old.
Steroids must make your face and everything just look old too. Maybe it's just redhead old.
Holy shit, he was younger than me. That's crazy.
Dude, he was 34 when he broke that record. But when you're a kid, he looked like a 45.
He did, yeah, dude. Connor, you're right because my memory's coming back, and you're right. He looked old as fuck.
Yeah,
I look better than Mark McGuire did at my age.
Look him up in the 98, the year.
You're right. No, you are so fucking right, dude. 34. He had like gray in his beard.
He did. I just thought he
I do too, but still.
Yeah, but it's funny because he was always a big guy. But I'm like, he literally just, when he left the Oakland Athletics and came to the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis, yeah.
You don't juice up that big at 33. 32 or whatever it was.
That's the bond. It's the Bonds thing too. Like his head grew, and you're like, your head doesn't grow that big.
Dude,
he looks old as fuck.
Dude, that's 34 years old.
Dude, it looks like they took that picture in 1927 baseball.
He looks like he's 50. He looks like a 50-year-old man.
It looks like he played with Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Look, that's wild.
I mean, yeah, for 30s and stuff, I guess. I mean, yeah, if he's 34, he looks like a man in 34. I don't know.
He does look like a man.
That's why I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A lot of lifetimes.
Old. I mean, yeah.
Well, it's weird now because we're at the age like you look at a guy like I'm watching Bryce Harper and he's a big dude, but it's kind of like you when you're a kid, they were all like mountain men, like just men. But like, holy shit, I got 10 years on a lot of these guys. But they just seem so much because when a baseball player is old, they talk about him like he's on disability. Like, look at this 35-year-old coming up to the plate.
That's all sports.
Yeah, but it's weird because they act like they're such a rugged old veteran, but like they're still just young dudes.
Except pool.
Yeah.
True.
Are you
pool or bowling? You have to be like bowling. It's. I feel like the older, the better you are.
You have to have a beer gut for sure. I feel like spousal abuse comes with bowling. So you got to be good at that.
You
golf,
sacrifice.
Also, golf. There's no reason why golfers should ever really retire. I mean, that's what retired dudes do anyway. They just start playing golf.
Yeah, but most of them are fucking weak-backed anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does take a toll, that motion.
Never really retire.
That's why John Daly is my hero.
Yeah, that goes to show you it's all about just hand-eye coordination and just, I don't know. Because he really is the living specimen. Dude was hammered at like big PGA events.
Dude, listen to some of his stories are wild.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know about this guy.
Do you know he has his own place in a Hooters somewhere, like his own room? They call the John Daly room.
Yeah,
like it's just like a separate room in Hooters. I forgot which one it is. I forgot where it is. But it's like his own room where he just wants to go and chill out. Like he can just go there. It's like his own little spot. Like they serve him privately. Like he has like his own fucking TV in there and shit like that. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I think he's gained more sponsors in the past like 2 years because he lost a lot of money. He was a big gambler because he literally is the portrayal that he comes off as.
He is that guy. Yeah,
well,
he's the man. A lot of
people respect him and like him because he was never like Tiger was this image, right? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Like and then it just completely.
Yeah, John Daly's like, I'm fucking whores, and then I'm smashing balls 300 yards. That's what I do. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, man, you get it.
College partier that just never really grew out of it. Like he was always the same guy.
Dude, but he chain smokes cigars like on the fucking course. Like he's pounding alcohol, and he's still really good. It's crazy.
He stopped drinking for a while, but then he was like, "Yeah, I'll have like 20 Diet Cokes a day, M&Ms." I'm like, "That's way worse." I was like,
just cancer.
You're just gonna kill yourself with diabetes well before you do it.
I don't think that guy could die.
No, well, he actually has cancer.
Yeah, Adam keeps thinking people aren't gonna die.
No, because if I think that, then that means I can't die.
That's what he's gonna be thinking right up until he dies.
He has like a very slow moving cancer. It's not. It just does. It progresses very slow.
What type of cancer? What?
Liver. It's not liver. It's like kidney or something. But the doctors say he's not even on chemo or anything because it could just take so long. So I don't know.
So he's just gonna slowly die.
John Daly currently has cancer.
But it sounds like you're telling me they're not treating it. They just like go out there.
There's very, very aggressive cancers, and then there's certain cancers that you treat every 6 months, probably with radiation. It just does not really grow, and it's in such probably a vital organ that they don't really mess around with it too much. They just
it's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
scary.
Yeah, because that could happen to any of us, and I'm having existential crisis as again.
He did really beat up his body bad for a long time.
That's true. He did treat his body like a homeless person. So like,
it probably still does.
I would say he didn't treat it like a homeless person. Homeless people don't have any other choice. He had all the choices.
True.
Yeah, he could have.
That's why he's a hero.
Hey, listen, I gotta drink pea water because that's all I got. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what's always funny. Like, Oprah Winfrey. She's always been the face of like this weight loss thing, whatever she was a part of for so long. She's got private chefs, private physical fitness trainers, 24/7, no kids, no other responsibility, and she's managed to lose like 10 pounds in 20 years.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I was like, you have no excuse.
It's like just don't eat for a little bit and you lose weight. It's not that hard.
Could have people, you're a billionaire. You could have people just feed you exactly what you're supposed to be eating and then cut everything off. Have like a bodyguard to keep you away from your own snack cabinet or something, That's it.
Baby, I mean, what are you talking about? Who cares? Do you not want her to be happy? Is that what you're saying?
No, I want
because that's what I think she realized. I'm a billionaire. Fuck it, I got enough money. Yeah, tell people losing weight or managing their weight, but like, I lost 10 pounds. I'm gonna gain that 10 pounds back. I'm a fucking billionaire.
When you're fucking a stud like Stedman, you don't need to lose weight.
The biggest sponsor was Weight Watchers for all those years. You think maybe you could have done Weight Watchers a little justice?
No, Connor, of course not. Well, no, Connor, listen, Weight Watchers, they're never supposed to actually lose weight.
That's a good
because
point.
Then they'll stop using it.
Yeah, it has to be a very, very slow gradual.
It's gotta be. It's about the long term money. It's like that guy. It's like Jim Daly's cancer. You know what I mean? It's the long term.
There's no money. There's no money in a cure. It's just the long term treatment of it.
Yeah, baby, you're getting
it. I was in pharma. I understand how it works.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, dude. Why do you feel like a guy who definitely was in pharma? We have to get off this podcast. I can't believe you brought that up just now. What the fuck?
I have to do another podcast.
Yeah. Did you sell pills? Did you help in the opioid crisis? Wow.
I was on the women's side.
Shit.
I was on the women's side. I was selling birth control.
Bang on him right now, dude. Adam, hang up on him.
No, we can do a whole nother podcast about I'm still in medical sales.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's fucked up. But if you could hook me up with anything, that'd be great.
I
sold drugs legally. It's all good.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's fair. You guys jumping off?
Yeah, we got to go. This has been very interesting. And Adam's got another podcast.
Teaching Connor.
I would say so. I'm worried about him because this is the oldest conversation I've ever had. This is with people my same age.
Hey, listen.
What's trending? Is MMA trending?
Is this going to go on the Facebook?
Are we live?
Sometimes I you have a question without giving the answer to it right away because I don't assume you guys are on every possible wavelength.
Right.
Yeah. You keep making excuses about your old fucking dumb brain, but it's fine.
It's very nice for you to not assume. I appreciate it. No, this is Connor McGovern. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Check out his podcast. Don't threaten me. Adam Nutter, thank you, bud. I've been Neil Wood. This has been another day in the cult.
Cool.
Later.
We'll see you guys soon. Later.
By the renewing of your mind.
The recycling. It's a flesh body world.
Do it.
Human.
Do it.
Sir slimy reptilian.
This has been a Drop Tent Media Production.